Bonjour. Nice. First video of 2017. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's okay. I had a really good Christmas. Spent Christmas Day with Pommy. You might have seen a video of it if you're on my Facebook list. Yeah, I had a great Christmas, working as well as having the crack. What I've been doing, I'll show you it actually, one sec. My Strat, I thought I'd give it some love. I've done a few of the modifications that I've wanted to do a long time to it. Now, as a few of you know, I've never used the tone on my guitar. I never mess with these buttons. They're just full on. Sometimes when I'm playing, I knock them by mistake. Sometimes it can be the volume, but then you know it's the volume because your volume's gone down. But if you knock the tone a little bit and you don't really notice because your volume's still there and you can't work out quite why your guitar ain't sounding right, and it's because you've knocked one of the tone pots. I never use them. I've never used the tone circuit, and the guitars that I've built and put together and stuff, I never even build a tone circuit into them. So I brought this brand new, it's about 1.5 years old now, and I always had it in my mind to actually take the tone circuit out. I'm running out of puff. So I had a bit of time. I wanted to do more of the modifications that I got done, but I had to get the guitar back together quickly because we had a rehearsal this morning. So I was up until 4 this morning finishing this. So basically, what I've done, you'll see the videos. I'll chop the videos in that I've done whilst I was doing this modification. The tone circuit now, they've gone, these buttons are just for show. They don't turn at all. There's no circuitry in there now. The output's coming straight from the pickups into the selector switch, into the volume, and to the output jack. So there's no tone circuit in there, there's no tone pots, there's no extra wiring, there's no capacitor. It's just straight out. Pickups into the blade, volume, output. So there's nothing extra than needs to be. Also, there is no shielding in this guitar, and a couple of times when I've been practicing at rehearsals, it's loud, everything's turned up, everything's buzzing, and a couple of times I've had the radio come through it, or the local taxi service or whatever it was. So I thought I'll get this done while I'm doing the taking the tone circuit out. I'll shield it. So I brought some shielding paint, which you'll see in the video, and I shielded it all out with paint, not the copper. I always think the copper looks a bit tacky. You know, it takes away from it. I think, even though you can't see it, I just think it looks cheap. They do pretty much the same job. Some people will argue the point. Some people will even say that even shielding anywhere will change your tone and stuff. But I tell you what, so as far as you know, the electronics goes, there's only been 2 mods done. The tone circuit's been took out and it's been shielded in all the cavity. And at rehearsals today, this thing is singing, man. It's so much better. It's so much better. I've got no problem with any interference. And I'll tell you what, it's got loads more sustain. The sustain of it now, I don't know how it could, increase its sustain by not having any extra circuitry in there, but man, this thing sings. Fucking sings. But anyway, I'll show you the mods whilst I was doing them. Catch you in a bit. So here we are. This is a video in the series of me modifying the Strat to be my signature Strat. And this is how far I've got with the pickguard. It just looks like I've done nothing. Oh shit. Oh. So I have done something anyway. What I've done here is, you may have seen before on the other guitars that I've put together and built, I don't put a tone circuit in them. I've never used the tone circuits in all the years I've been playing. And sometimes you knock them inadvertently and don't realise why your sound's changed until you start fiddling with your knobs, so to speak. Fiddling with your knobs. Oh yes. So any guitar that I put together or I build, I don't put a tone circuit in them if it's for me. That's my thing. No tone circuit. So what I've done here, I've just put this on at the minute for testing. This has got to come off before it's fitted into the body. But now, hope you can see this okay. I've got no tone circuit in this Strat. It's direct output from the pickups into the 5-way switch. The 5-way switch. And into the volume. And then to the output. So I've still got all my different positions on the 5-way, and then I've just got my volume here, and I ain't gonna, when I'm turning my volume down or something, I'm not gonna knock the tone here. Like when I'm playing, I'm not gonna knock the tone on that, and it's not gonna change my sound, and then I ain't gonna be able to work out why my tone's changed all of a sudden without fiddling and that and taking your hand away from what it's supposed to be doing. So yeah, no tone circuit. This is straight output. And I've not put a treble bleed in it. I'm going to try it without a treble bleed circuit, because the less electronics here, the better for me. So I'm going to try it without a treble bleed, but when it's all together and I've tried it out, if I find that I think I need a treble bleed, I'll stick one in. But yeah, that's the modification, as Nelson would say, on the Stratocaster. So yeah, these are going to stick on just for show. I don't want the holes there, but at the same time, I don't want to just disconnect the stuff, and I just didn't want to disconnect the. I'll tell you what. One sec. I should have it here. So this is all the circuitry that I've took out. The 2-tone pots, the capacitor, and the associated jump wires and that, and the grounds that fit here. So I've took all that out. That's less stuff to give you hum and shit. So yeah, no tone circuit, but I didn't want to have the holes with no pots, and I didn't want to leave the junk in there. So I just took it out, and these are going to be stuck on here, just for effect. And then if any time I want to put the tone circuit back in, I can do so, because these are not permanently stuck down. Just double-sided tape. Yeah, there you go. How's that? Baked tater. So what we're doing here, this is me, where am I looking? Can't see the camera at the minute, the screen. So we've got a tone button off my Strat. Some double-sided sticky tape. It's not carpet tape. That carpet tape is crazy, man. Once you use double-sided carpet tape on something, you're never getting it off, really. So this is just, I don't know, it's less adhesive carpet tape, but it's more adhesive than like masking tape. It's an in-betweener. A general purpose double-sided sticky tape. So sticking the sticky side of it down to the bottom of the tone control, making sure it's on the surface, on that flat surface. Can you see that? There you go. And then what I'm going to do is make sure I'm in shot. I'm going to cut the excess off by using this. Stick it in and turn the knob. Can you see that? What I'm doing? You just turn the knob as if you're turning it up, and that'll cut it out for you. There we go. Ooh, how's that? Almost perfect. Might just need a bit of a... But this is clear sticky tape. Once you peel the bottom off, it's clear. So there you go. That's putting... here's one I did earlier. So, how'd you like that, Apple? Hey, how you doing? So, where I've got to now is still doing the modifications on the Strat, on my Stratocaster that I've always wanted to do. I've had to cut it short because I might need this at the weekend, so I've not got as much done as I wanted to do. As you've seen, I've done the modification on the electronics by taking the tone circuit completely out and everything. So yeah, pickups straight into the selector, volume, and we'll be out. The second modification I've done, I've shielded the cavities with the conductive paint. It's this stuff by Cat Music. There's enough in here to do 2 guitars really. This has already had 3 coats. And one sec. I should have had this out ready, shouldn't I? Really? So, am I going to be able to get this in shot? And I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, because it's not very loud. But this is testing continuity. I don't know if you can hear that, but if I touch it anywhere in here, it should be a complete circuit. We've got continuity between everywhere on there. Also, which you can't see, in the recess for the jack socket. So yeah, so that's had 3 coats. They say that 2's good enough, but I'll put 3 in to be sure. You have to give it a good shake. Yeah, Cat Music I got this from, a UK supplier. Brush it on. I think it looks neater than the copper foil shielding. Sorry, not the camera then. I think it looks neater, and it does the same job. There's going to be a bit that comes out. Hold on. There's going to be a bit that comes out onto this bit, which will then contact this piece on the pickguard, and when it screws in, it will connect with that, therefore making a completely enclosed Faraday cage to stop rogue RF frequencies from interfering with my electromagnetic field and causing nastiness and all that. Naughtiness. We are all for naughtiness, but not that kind of naughtiness. So yeah, there's 2 of the mods done. The pickguard and the guitar shielded. That's about it. That's about it. It's going to be reassembled now.